today India is celebrating, and why not? It is a proud moment for every Indian, something that perhaps every Indian was waiting with a bated breath. Let's listen into some of the reactions now coming in.
It was following the prediction, and wherever it was to be hovering, it was hovering, and then just impacted with a very soft velocity. So that part is done. So compared with that, all other missions are not that mission-wise critical. Now we are going to open the RAM once the dust is settled. That may take a few hours, because gravity is 1/6 of that on Earth, and there is no wind. So the dust has to just come down under gravity. Then the rover will come out. Rover is autonomous. It can go up to 1 kilometer. So it will do experiment. Just got camera. There are 4 cameras on the lander, and there are payloads for measuring the temperature at different depths of regolith. And then also there is a payload in the lander that will measure the atmospheric content. What is the type of plasma content in the atmosphere of the moon? So we say there is no atmosphere, but scientists say there is something. So what is that something on the moon surface? And there is a payload in the orbiting propulsion module that is called SHAPE. That will look at the Earth and then find out how a habitable planet looks like from 3.8 lakh kilometers. So it gets the signature. That signature we can use in future if you have any data of any other exoplanet. Is there any possibility of life? So there are all these experiment data will be combined.
Technology, but also increased budgets that ISRO is looking at. What is your view, and how are industries like you paving the way for that?
Well, if you're putting it in the context of what happened today, and I think that's what we should be talking about today and not other stuff. In the context of what happened today, I think the overall credibility of India's space program globally goes up a notch. And therefore, there will be a lot more interest in the private sector outside India to come into India and to support the Indian private sector. There will be a lot more interest in investors coming into India and supporting the private sector. And I think the overall motivation and enthusiasm of the private sector to come in also goes up. Now, right now, Indian private sector is at a very early stage of overall space program, though there have been vendors to serve for a long time. I think with this kind of thing, they will start taking bigger bets. Right now, I would think that the bets are baby steps. Now they'll start taking bigger bets. And with bigger bets, hopefully we'll see a much faster ramp up of the Indian private sector in India.